Tre Lovell is with us. Oh my gosh, my head's spinning with the back and forth. We've got this new video then that came out, and he's claiming it shows them in a romantic scene, but that he did nothing unprofessional or inappropriate, rising to the level of harassment. How does each side move forward here?
Good morning, Marnie. Yeah, what's happening could be a movie in and of itself. I mean,
Yeah.
just it's about who gets top billing. What we're seeing is we're seeing the fight for the PR angle. Right now, each party wants to get the public on their side. They want to sway public opinion in their favor, and that's why we're having this evidence come out. There's people need to remember there's two wars going on right now. There's the war in the courtroom, and there's the war in the public arena. And the war in the public arena is more coveted because it is about their name, their brand, their ability to work. And so that's going to be a large impetus of what's going to happen now and continue on.
So you have to wonder, has the damage been done? I mean, what is the likelihood a judge grants a gag order?
Very unlikely, because Lively kind of drew first blood on this. She came out with the complaint in the Civil Rights Division in California, which was made public, and it's usually not made public. Those are private, accompanied by the New York Times article completely about her narrative, her side. So it's a little hypocritical for her to say, once Baldoni kind of starts to come out and defend himself, provide evidence in his favor, to then say, hey, we don't want him to talk. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. It's a little too early to be obtaining a jury poll. This is a very public case. And it became public largely through Lively's actions. So I don't think that request is going to go anywhere.
Well, and then he wants to launch a website to disprove her claims. There's some risk in that?
There certainly is some risk in that. I mean, if the facts and the evidence are on his side, it's a great idea, and transparency is his friend. However, if a lot of that stuff can be interpreted differently, if some of it is negative, it could hurt him. And when you're promising to put up everything, if he starts, cherry picking things, it's going to come against him. So it's a bit risky, but it seems that they feel confident that they have the facts and the evidence, that a reasonable person, an audience member would look at it and believe him.
How important will it be, Tre, that she went to somebody when all this was happening and disclosed some of her concerns? Because the question then becomes, why so many months later after the movie's release are we all now just hearing about it, that she's going forward with a suit?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. I think, people need to remember, she's the power player on the set. So even though Baldoni is the producer, is the director, is the co-star, Lively's probably the reason Sony Pictures got involved, probably the reason the movie was made. And she has the power to finish filming and to do the marketing. The demands she made could largely be looked at like, hey, I'm exerting my influence. So, when she's holding the power, the narrative is a little bit different. But it is a bit surprising, why this all came out. I think at the end, because this thing's going to resolve, it's not going to go to trial. I think both parties will wish it never came out.
It gets settled somehow?
Yeah, I think eventually it's going to settle because, nobody has anything to really gain by continuing on a litigation for a couple of years. Because what's going to happen is they're going to want to continue their lives, continue their career, and they're not going to want facts and evidence from depositions and discovery coming out to keep this story, out there. This is dirty laundry that's airing, and it's not doing them any good. And, she doesn't need the money. Baldoni wants his career back. He wants his good name. And I think, right now it's very loud and clamorous. But when things get quiet, this thing's going to go away.
All right. Tre Lovell, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Boy, it's a talker.